My name is Andrew Stotts, and I want to welcome you to this Valuation Masterclass Bootcamp presentation. This is a chance for our graduating students to present their work. Remember that these are full equity research presentations, just the way I make them for my clients and in my research. So students are really learning real professional valuation and equity research. The second thing is that these are written reports. So the analysts, the students will be presenting parts of them and highlighting what's most important. And what's most important for you is ask questions. If you've got any questions, this is an interesting one, Japan Railway, and I don't know anything about this company. It's the first time I've assigned it in the Valuation Masterclass Bootcamp. And so I've been watching as the students have been learning about it. And so I'm really excited to hear. So let me invite in our student. This is Korakot. Are you ready to rock?
Yeah, I know
I,
I'm ready to rock.
I'm
My
excited
heart
to
is
have you on.
pumping right now.
What's that?
Okay. Or okay.
But just hold on one second. Let me, had you ever heard of this company before the Valuation Masterclass Bootcamp?
I don't know it before. I know it's the Japan have a Shinkansen, but I don't know it belong to which company. I
Yeah.
quite excited to know it belong to this one. Okay.
Yeah. And so for those people, one of the interesting things about Japan is there's so many listed companies to choose from. And that makes Japan actually one of the interesting markets in Asia for stock picking. So I'm looking forward to hearing about this company from you. Let me first bring up your presentation. Hold on one second. Okay, we see your presentation and I think you are ready to go. So I'm going to exit in just a second. And when I do, you can start. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, I'm exiting now. Go ahead and start now.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Gorgot. Today, I'd like to tell you a story of wonderful company, Central Japan Railway, ticker 9022 in Tokyo stock market. I will call them for short JR Central. Slow growth ahead, but still worth buying. Is I define these companies. I initiate coverage on JR Central with a buy recommendation with upside 16%. Highlights of this company are consist of first, more focus on non-business and tourist passenger along with tourism boom era. Second, digital shift threaten future growth of business travel demands. And third, MacLeaf momentum store too soon to factor into growth. Let's find out more about JR Central. Start with a company background, know them a little bit. On the right hand side, JR Central. The JR came from Japan Railway Groups. Central means Central Districts of Japan. This company provide railway transportation service at their core revenues. It called Tokaido Shinkansen. Their operating area are in Tokyo, Nagoya, Osaka area, which has high population density of 60% of Japan population. That quite a lot. It's more than a half of in the country. Their railway service is the most popular and effective transport between cities for business people when compared to airplanes. Move to the interesting story of JR Central. Tourism era being opportunity, but digital shift add frictions. Let's hear why. First story, more focus on non-business and tourist passenger along with tourism boom era. Japan inbound tourism is strongly recovering, reaching 37 million in 2024, 24 and increasing more from the Japan's governance views to go seeing 60 million visitors a year by 2030, which is plus 8.4 acres. Aligned with the survey data show that only 17% of Shinkansen passengers used for travel. So the JR Central Management team aim to focus on non-business demand and inbound tourism. So I expect this matter to impact JR Central revenue to grow at 0.5 to 1 per year, reflecting a positive tourism trend, but still a small portion of their revenue. For a second story, digital chip threaten future growth of business travel demand. This kind of toned down for this company. The railway business has faced a structural shift in work habits. Business travel demand has weakened at remote work and online meeting replaced traditional face-to-face interaction like we do right now. We do a live meeting and online meeting. Okay. For the survey data show that over 50% of Shinkansen passengers primarily travel for business, so this is the major passengers of their company. And Japan video conferencing market is projected to continue expanding more at 9% CAGR through 2033. I expect this matter impact on JR Central revenue to a slightly growth at 1 to 2% per year, reflecting a slow growth from business travel and demand decline. For final story, the maglev momentum store too soon to factor into growth. This company have a mega project that is a maglev train project called Chuo Shinkansen. Originally, it target for completion in 2027. It has been delayed indefinitely due to unresolved constructability issue. This is kind of bad news for them. The investment cost for this project is enormous. It's uh, over 7,000 billion yen, which is 69% of company asset in 2024. And companies still need more 4,000 billion yen for a total investment for this project. This project will not generate revenue for a considered period and will be risk for this company. Let's see the industry analysis. This is the company are in the rail industry. This is both freight and passenger mobilities. The railway industry on track for growth as innovation and investments kick in. For first story, railway industry is driving global mobility. That show how important they are. They are the backbones of transportation, from uh, cost-effective, efficiency, and sustainable for freight and passenger mobility. That show a strong demand growth and continuously growth, 4.5% CAGR growth. For second story, digital transformation as the catalyst for rail growth. AI-driven automations, predictive maintenance, and smart ticketing are adopted in this industry and help enhancing efficiency and safety. For final ones, overcoming modernization costs in rail industry. The rail industry is faced the high modernization costs, cybersecurity attack, and aging infrastructure challenge. To stay competitive, this uh, among the players have to optimize costs, adopt smart technology, and enhance efficiencies. Move back to the JR Central latest quarterly financial results. In third quarter 25, tickets price increase drive margin expansions. In this quarter, revenue increased 8.5% year on year and gross profit increased 12.8% year on year. That grow more than the revenue. And that why and how this show the effects of margin expansion and what influenced by ticket price increasing. The gross profit margin you can see in the highlights can be maintained higher than 50% consecutively 3 quarters, except for 1 quarter in part 12 months. In fourth quarter of 24, there is one-time cost sales. Let's see the authors analysts see this company, the JR Central. Over 47% analysts hold a neutral view on this one. The mean target indicate a potential 19% upside, and they predict moderate growth on the revenue in the next 3 years and says the gross profit margin maintain above 50% rate for the next 3 years as a sign of long improvements. Okay, let's see the JR Central revenue structure. You can see it's broken down, can be broken down into four segments. First, first one is a transportation segment, which contribute 81% of its revenue. Is the major ones, and in this segment, it can be broken down into lines of railway. First one is the major is a Tokaido Shinkansen contribute 93% of revenue. So main is this one, and other one is conventional line which contribute 7%. And move to the next segment. The second segment is merchandise, which contribute 9%, and it form the department store in their property and sells a good on on trends. Third is the real estate. It contribute 3%, and the another segment is combined with the other their business units such as a business travel, advertising agency. They combine to 7% contribution. For the FVMR framework of the JR Central, the company appear attractive related to around 2,100 non-financial company in Japan. It show it it show the JR Central is a top 40% of all company. That's quite good for them. Each view on this framework based on 12 months data. First one is about fundamentals. It ranked top 40% due to this company show the high assets turnover. And for the valuation, it show neutral as they trade on high PE relative to other company. But note that for this is for only past 12 months. And for the momentum, it show a good revenue growth and price momentum is positive size. For the last one, list is good, it's quite low because the company is a net cash and low beta to the Japan markets. For the world-class benchmarking, in terms of profitable growth, it show top 60% among the around 1,100 medium industrial company worldwide for past 12 months. That quite neutral. Let's see each one. For the profitability size on the left, the company do good in asset efficiency and poor in expense controls. But for the growth size on the right, is drastically drop its length due to the reason of expense direction had been sudden upside down for past 12 months, drop into the leg 9. Okay, move to the next. For the P&L statement, I forecast revenue growth of JR Central for 2025 to 2029. I expect the recovery phase has ends and it will grow with organic demand from now on. I see the saturation in revenue growth around 2 to 3% per year. The margin can be improved in the long term and can grow net profit along the revenue growth. And there's still no impact of maglev project due to under construction and not ready to operate in this period of forecast. For the balance sheet in terms of asset is no outstanding item here. Net fixed asset continue to grow at 4% per year. And for balance sheet, no special item in my forecast along with the cash flow statement. For the ratio ones, I forecast gross profit margin can be maintained at higher more than 50% in the long term, also with EBIT margins. And ROE also improve and maintain around 10% from now on. For the free cash flow data, the free cash flow to firm go along with the increase of company revenue. However, JR Central continue to lose cash for CapEx in forecast period. And for the phase period, the company still put cash for investment capital along with the company investment plans, make a free cash flow to firm stay around 600 billion yen per year. Okay, let's see the aspect for stock valuations. In terms of relative valuations, on the forward PEB multiple, JR Central looks attractive compared to all markets. Japan market, Asia, ex Japan, and world. With the same directions on the forward PE multiple, JR Central trade at a significant discount for all market too. That's the that company is quite discount. For the discount cash flow valuation, I assume a risk free rate of 2% and a market equity risk premium for the Japan markets of 9%. And then I forecast a capital structure with around 40% debt to the total capital. It results in a WACC and discount rate of 6.5%. I use terminal growth of 1%. This quite conservative. In my best case scenario, it leading where you are 3,555 yen per share based on the free cash flow to firm methodologies. This represent a 16% upside compared to the current market price. For a sensitivity analysis, the main impact is from the terminal growth rate at adjust, and for the second is the change in gross profit margins. Okay, after we hearing the opportunity in the company, let's see the other side, which is risk. The main risk is passenger behavior change, which is the first risk. If the passengers permanently shift their behavior of using Shinkansen, this will cause a decline in the passenger volume in transportation business units in the existing one and also in the future projects. For the second risk is a long-haul events on transportation units. If some event massively affects mode of passengers at one time, the Shinkansen cannot be operated for a long period or maybe forced to stop, like we have the same experience like a COVID-19 or disaster like a tsunami or earthquakes. JR Central can revenue can will be dropped drastically. And third and fourth risk about the mega project Chuo Shinkansen that I mentioned before. The maglev project is now facing delay from the tunnel evacuation is facing issue for the construction, and the future funding is mandatory for the maglev projects. To complete this one, the company still needs to raise additional long-term debts more than 4,000 billion yen, which is the challenge for this company. Okay, that's all for the JR Central story. Let me wrap this up for you. Even the company shows slow growth in the next future, but I see this count look attractive enough. I recommend you to buy JR Central with a 16% upside. I hope you found this analysis insightful and learn more about JR Central. Thank you.
Excellent. And we've got some good questions, but I think I got to address some of the questions just because we're going to run out of time here. The first thing is how are you considering the Chuo Shinkansen in your forecasts? Are you putting any revenue or profit from them in 2027, or are you just focusing on the core business that they have now?
I think right now it cannot put the true ocean consent from the uncertainty of the projects, and I think for the forecast period, it will be not uh, uh, generate any revenues until uh, until the next period of this forecast.
Okay. And then the next question is, what's the worst case that could happen, if it just never works out? What would be the impacts on the company and the share price?
I think the worst case for because the current project is working well for the Tokaido Shinkansen line is generate a cash and revenue, and right now uh, they based on the mega project one, which you see is require a lot of debt put in this company is 69% of total assets. If this not gonna work, the depreciations and interest will will uh, will load on their net profit margins and maybe make them lose future cash flow in the next futures.
Ganpasit says, why is revenue not negative growth? Because isn't population falling in Japan?
Population falling in Japan. Mm, I see. Right now, the in the latest passenger volume, it is not fully recovery yet. It only 96% of passenger volume. So I see it had to it had a room for cover this up. So in the next 3 year, I think this will be some positive in the revenue growth on this one.
Okay, and
But
then
but
let's
in the long term, I think it had a potential list as a questions.
and so the last question is, so what do you expect for this Chuo Shinkansen? What is your expectation based upon what you've learned about the company so far?
The Shuo Shinkansen. I think right now, as I mentioned in my report, it's too soon to hope for this one because it faces uncertainty of uh, indefinitely construction issue right now. So
And
I
and
don't think
and
it
what is the problem? Is it acquiring the land? Is it the technology? Is it what is the delay mainly that they're attributing it to?
it's about permission of tunnel constructions. Right now, we that they indicate that in their yearly reports.
Okay, great. So how does it feel to graduate from the Valuation Masterclass Boot Camp?
Yes, I feel unbelievable. if if I met myself on the very first day and told him, "Hey, you're going to create a full stock analysis report," I think he gonna not believe me. But here I am, and now looking what I accomplished, I see this is a significant milestone. Okay, for
It's
in the finance world.
Yeah, I mean, it's a major report, and I it helped me understand a lot more about the company. Tell me more about your transformation that you went through in the Valuation Masterclass Boot Camp.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think I have transformed a lot throughout these journeys with well structured knowledge and solid preparation process from this course. I now feel confident and ready to analyze any companies. I
Mm,
see in the entire process from start to finish, and I understand what it takes to become a strong analyst. The step by step guidance, the lesson, and the assignments have all play a key role in these transformations.
yeah, that's great. And when you learned about the Valuation Masterclass Boot Camp, what was the deciding factor that you thought I'm gonna do this?
Yes. At first, I also am the position of a Thai stock investor. I always been curious about how professional approach stock valuations, how real analysts come up with their number and insights. Since I am planning on transition my career into finance, I believe this bootcamp could be a turning point for me. And now, looking back, I'm confident that I made a right decision to join this bootcamp.
Well, you've done a great job, and I want to congratulate you on that. It's been fun watching your journey. And I remember last Friday in the when you said, "Wait a minute, aren't we doing office hours? I'm trying to figure out how to forecast the valuation of this company." And then we had some discussion about it. And now, as I see what you've gone through over the last week, you've really pulled together your thinking on it, which is great. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you, you
Yep.
and team.
Yes. So I'll see you in the group, and I'm going to take you out now. But well done.
Okay,
All right.
bye bye.
Bye. All right. Well, that was pretty amazing. And as say, Korakot had not really done any research report, and there he is presenting this amazing report on a company that he didn't know, and I bet you didn't know. And that's this company, Japan Railway Company, Central Japan Railway. And it's fascinating. If you want to build a competitive advantage in company valuation, make sure you click on the QR code or go to valuationmasterclass.com/bootcamp and use the discount code I have right there, BC20Live, and you will get an amazing $900 discount. So I hope to see you in that section.